Question number 2. Number 2 says, according to the timeline and information in the text, which event changed travel in 3500 BC? Choice A says boats were used. B, roads were paved. C, horses were ridden. D, wheels were invented. Okay, so I'm going to read the question again because I have to make sure I understand what the question is asking me. You don't want to miss a question that you possibly knew the answer for because you didn't really understand what it was asking. So according to the timeline and information in the text, which event changed travel in 3500 BC? A, boats were used. B, roads were paved. C, horses were ridden. Or D, wheels were invented. Okay, so I still have my paper from yesterday or from when we did question 1 to know question 2 is going to be orange. So it wants to know what exactly happened in 3500 BC that made change travel. So I've circled 3500 BC. So boats were used is choice A. Did we not use boats over here before 3500 BC? Yes, we see it in the timeline. So A cannot be my answer. POE, get rid of it. Process of elimination. We know that's not right. B, roads were paved. We read in our story that roads were paved much, much later. So we know that can't be an answer. We don't see anything about roads being paved in our 3500 BC area on our timeline. So we can get rid of that one. Okay? C, horses were ridden. Well, horses were ridden here. But this is not in the 3500 BC. Miss Wall made our line a little bit big. It should be like this. You don't see anybody riding horses in 3500 BC. So I know that I can get rid of that answer. Wheels were invented. Do you see wheels here in 3500 BC? Yes, wheels were invented. So I'm going to put a baby check because it tells me to use the timeline and the text to find my answer. So I'm going to look back in my story where it talks about 3500 BC. This line right here, a new way of travel came about in 3500 BC. This is when we think the wheel was invented. So our text supports what our timeline says. So we know with confidence that D is our best answer choice.